But let's see. What I'm doing here today, though, is we're gonna build a car. But we're gonna use in one of the AI ones. I had pretty good results with Picsart, which just means result-wise that the bandwidth wasn't terrible there, and I could actually get in and use it. So I asked it for a few Subaru Justy, AI doing its best inspired images, and I'm gonna try and maybe just make an automation car with it. Instead of using the AI for the whole thing, pretty much just I'm gonna use it for like little morselets. We're gonna get all the bits off it and stuff, right? And so far, it looks like to it, a Justy is a 4-door hatchback with like a little roof tail thing going on it. This one says turbo and GTO and a bunch of funky numbers and letters and stuff. It always tries to put letters on things, which I think is fascinating. How it interprets letters for itself, what its OCR really comes up with there, right? So, kind of got an idea here. It's looking like a Rex and a WRX had a wild night out together at the Daihatsu plant and come up with something just adorable. Just adorable looking hatchback. So, yeah. Let's start with doing a Justy. Well, we need a 3-cylinder motor there, bud. So we got one. Big turbo, little tiny motor, and all kinds of up and down movements and stuff going on inside there, and make the thing go forward. All that happy stuff, right? 410.5 horsepower at 372 foot-pounds of fucking just kicking through walls and shit. That's a lot of torque on a tiny little motor there. So this is more than a GR Yaris. Probably what it is at the crank, I'd imagine. You lose about 10% going to the wheels and stuff like that, but that's whatever. Maxed out the turbo as best I could, squished her down, so I got almost no snail on it, just enough to just keep on squeezing. No, 10.5. Sounds glorious. Glorious. And there she be. Alright, so I think I've got most of the ones that I want to use. At least, like, let's call this page 1 of this. Nice thing about this site is you get, you can move around a little bit on it. I think, how do you do that? There we go. So yeah, you can kind of scroll around a little bit and pick what you're doing and stuff. So I'm kind of liking these shapes here. These look like they're WRX shapes from like the standard WRX bumper kind of thing. And it's sort of filling in with like small cars. I can just see a dozen or so different kind of small cars in each of these, like little European cars, K cars, kind of some Volkswagen here or there, like mostly in this white one down here, the way that headlight's shaped, right? So it is kind of good to note really what this we gotta say AI lightly, because this is just sort of machine assembling stuff, like grabbing elements and like doing some quick shit and slapping them together. One thing to point out, when you get a good shot of these interiors, things get a little bit wacky, like the seats are folded forward and the car's in motion, and like, all this kind of weird shit's happening on the inside that's not happening on the outside, or it has a different color interior, or all kinds of shit, right? Because it sees a lot of stuff and it doesn't know why it's assembling things the way it is. Notice all the nuts and bolts and stuff you know. And I'm sure there's better AIs at recognizing this kind of stuff, right? Some of these are pretty wacky. Like, that's a really good looking car, but you'd never be able to change the wheel. And you wouldn't want to go down the road on like the oblong tires and shit you get here. So you're kind of, you know, I mean, you can see the imaging limitations of doing something like this. And there are really good examples out there that are far better than these that I'm showing off. But I guess you know, there's no real like problem with using something like this in my mind. And I draw shit all the time. Like, I'm not a person that would not want to draw things to be able to express myself. But I think the thing with like telling a story, or, you know, trying to inspire an image or anything like that, why not have all the tools at your disposal to do that? If you're still going to create something with it, it's sort of how you're going to end up using it, right? So that one looks a little bit forward focused, but I like the body lines here, right? Like, as opposed to this smooth one. This is like very hard, angular kind of thing. So I would take, in my head, I'm just gonna like kind of try to memory this one up to there, but this blue one's fender, that corner wing there, I'm not even gonna click on these ones. These ones don't look like they fit, you know, like this, for example. This one, it has the roof line, oddly enough, but it's just a bit of a mess type of thing. Bomex body kit on it and everything. No, it's not really offering me much from the Subaru thing, but it is grabbing stuff from the ethers of the image searches and shit, right? So doing its thing. Was technically the hood in there? Why? Okay. Moving on. Slap around the test drive. Alright, that looks fine. A lot of warnings. No sharp cautions or anything, you know? Or what's the other one? The thing where it's bad. None of those. Yeah. You're not for driving actual vehicle juice. The unknown black brown liquid there, and put that down beside you. See how she goes. Alright, good enough. It's a 2-minute car for this point, so that's fucking sick. It'll break 2 minutes. I've gotta not drive like shit, but driving sauce, you know, makes you drive like shit.